Hello everyone, welcome to my blog. Today I'm gonna talk through the third question, which is how did your production skill develop throughout this project? This are some information about me. My name is Bảo Ngọc. For this project witness, I worked as a production designer for the opening scene as part of Team Quarter. My role was to design the visual location, including the setting, prop, color palette to match the psychological thriller genre. So, how did my production skill develop by being a production designer? Please stay tuned until the end. So, working as a production designer for the opening scene of Witness, I developed several crucial skills in planning, research, and visual design. Firstly, I developed production planning and organization skill. Since this was my first time working as a production designer, I learned how to complete booking form for location and equipment. This includes planning what space we need and what equipment or prop had to be prepared before filming. At the same time, I also improved my attention to detail when managing equipment. I use sheets to track the equipment we borrow, making sure nothing was missing or lost. This required me to be careful and responsible, as even a small mistake could affect the filming process. This helped me to understand that production designer is not only creative but also require organization, planning, and responsibility to make sure everything runs smoothly. In addition, I developed visual research and pre-production planning skill. At the start, my idea were quite random and I didn't have a clear direction. But as I continued, I began to organize my idea more clearly. Instead of just collecting a random image, I started watching films that include interrogation scenes such as adolescent to get inspiration and understand the style I wanted. By analyzing the scene, I could see how professional production used location, lighting, and minimal prop to create tension. This helped me to decide which elements were actually necessary for my own design. After understanding this, I also start to sketch out my own ideas and visualize my set design more clearly. This helped me turn my imagination into something more concrete and easier to apply during filming. I also planned which props were needed before filming instead of design everything in last minute. This helped me to keep my design more consistent and focused because I already had a clear visual direction. I improved from having unstructured idea to a more organized and planned approach. Another major way my skill developed was moving from focusing on appearance to focusing on meaning. At first, I chose prop and color because they looked suitable, but later I realized that every element should have a purpose. For example, the interrogation room in Witness is very minimal and empty. This was not just for style, but to show control, isolation, and psychological pressure. I also learned that it is important to check the location in real life to see how it looks under the camera, not just rely on picture. I needed to make sure the space and prop actually fit the interrogation room idea I have imagined. Sometimes a location may look good in a photo, but does not work effectively when filming. This shows how I developed from simply decorating a space to design with intention, where every detail helps to tell the story. Furthermore, I improved my technical skill, especially in lighting and color choice. I learned how to set up lighting in a way that avoid unwanted shadow and overexposed area, making the scene look more controlled and professional. I also became more careful in choosing color that matched the theme of the film. For Witness, I used colder tone to create tension and discomfort, which fit the psychological thriller genre. This helped me understand how lighting and color work together with production design to create mood and atmosphere. Finally, I strengthened my ability to collaborate and communicate effectively within the production team. In my role, I had to coordinate closely with the director and cinematographer to ensure that my visual idea aligned with the overall concept of the film. Over time, I became more confident in presenting my idea using sketches, visual reference, and discussion, which helped others clearly understand my design intention. At the same time, I learned to actively listen to feedback and refine my work when needed. For instance, some of my initial design choice had to be adjusted to better fit the camera framing or lighting condition. This experience made me realize that production design is not only about creativity, but also about adaptability and teamwork. It improved my ability to communicate clearly and collaborate efficiently to achieve a cohesive final outcome. In conclusion, I found the growth of my production design skill throughout this project, particularly in designing the opening scene of Witness. At the beginning, I focused mainly on how the scene looked, but as I progressed, I became more organized and intentional in my work. I developed skill in planning, research, and managing equipment, as well as designing with meaning through location, lighting, prop, and color. I also became more aware of how my design choice can influence the audience emotion and understanding of the scene. I'm really glad to have participated in this opening scene, and I would like to thank to my teammate for their support and collaboration throughout the process. This project has built a strong foundation for me to continue improving in future production. Thank you for fully paying attention until the end.